guys, so today we're going to be working with all shadows from the Lorac Mega Pro 2 palette, and I'm taking that first shade, that light orange shade, and I'm just going to be running this all over my eye, all over the lid, and mostly like all the way up to the brow bone pretty much. And I'm taking that on E35 Sigma blending brush. This is one of my favorite blending brushes. It's nice and fluffy and gives a nice sweeping of color all over the lid. Then picking up that next shade, Tangerine, from the same palette, using the same brush, I'm going to go ahead and do basically the same exact thing. I'm just going to keep it a little bit lower on the lid, creating a nice smooth transition. I just want to keep this a little bit more focused in the crease and on the outer corner to create some dimension and a little bit of a gradient in the same color family. Next, I'm going to take some concealer. You can use really any concealer you got. Dip my brush into it, warm it up on the back of my hand, and I'm kind of going to cut out the inner portion of my eyelid, kind of like you would be cutting a crease, doing a cut crease, but I'm going to keep it focused just more towards the inner portion of my eye. I'm not going to take this all the way across and kind of just fade it out as it gets to the end of my eye. Then taking the Stila Magnificent Metals in the shade, I think it's Metallic Pixie Dust or something like that. This is my favorite product of all time. I'm just going to start packing that on top of that concealer so it's a little bit tacky and it sticks to it on top of the lid with my finger, and then go in with a brush just to kind of get those edges that I can't get precisely with my finger. This stuff definitely applies better with your finger. And then taking this Kryolan Shimmer Dust stuff, I think that's what it's called, Shimmer Dust or something like that. Really random, I just found it and I thought it would be a nice little touch. It's very kind of natural looking, it's not too pigmented, but it gives a nice little shimmery effect to the lid, and I thought it just looked nice with this look. So then I'm going to take the brown shade from the same palette, and I kind of want to define where I cut out that concealer, like where that shimmer meets the rest of the eyeshadow. I want to go in and redefine that, so I'm darkening it up with a brown eyeshadow, and don't worry about the outer corner because we're just going to go ahead and smoke that out, so you don't have to be too precise out there. So I'm just taking a little blending brush from Sigma, and I'm just going to start blending out that brown, and then I'm going to go ahead and diffuse it even more with that same E35 blending brush, kind of just smooth out all the edges and make sure it's nice and blended. Now taking the highlighter from Artist Couture, the Cocoa Bling highlighter. I love this. I'm going to highlight the brow bone, and I'm also going to pop some right in the inner corner of my eyelid just to brighten things up a little bit. And then taking some Dip Brow by Anastasia and the Inglot Durline, I'm going to mix them together, create kind of like a little paste. Then I'm going to use that Dip Brow as an eyeliner because I wanted a dark brown eyeliner and I didn't have one, so I just made one. So it actually works pretty well and it stays on really good. So this stuff works out great if you have it for a brown eyeliner. So I'm just going to go ahead and wing that out a little bit, and as I get towards the inner part of my eye, I want to keep it really thin and precise, so nothing too crazy there, just kind of line your top eyelid. And then taking some concealer, we're going to do some concealing and highlighting. Funny story, I actually hated this concealer when I first got it. The trick is to actually let it dry before you blend it out a little bit. Do a little bit of concealing, let it dry, drink some water, do what you gotta do while it's drying down, and then go ahead and blend it out before it dries completely, and it ends up being so much better. It looks beautiful. Before I tried to do it this way, it kind of just soaked everything up with my sponge and I hated it. So this way works out so much better, and this actually ended up being one of my favorite concealers after I tried it this way. So if you have this and you don't like it, try and let it sit on your face a little bit and then blend it out, and I'm telling you, you'll love it. Next, I'm taking this eye pencil from NYX Cosmetics in the shade Lavender Shimmer. This is one of my favorite eye pencils. I used to use this like all the time when I got it. I think I wore it for like a month straight because it's so pretty. If you have brown or hazel eyes, this will definitely make them pop, and I just really love the color. It has some fine glitter in it, so it's really pretty. So I'm just running that all over the lower lash line, and then I'm going to go ahead and take that purpley lavender shade from the same palette and just smoke that out and set it with the shadow. Then I'm popping on some lashes from Lena Lashes. These are in the style Sophia, and these are really pretty. Lena Lashes are some of my favorite lashes. They make some beautiful styles. I think you guys know that. I always use them. After that, I'm just throwing on some lower lash line mascara. This is the Wet n Wild Get the Skinny Mascara. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pop on some of that same highlighter we use on the eyes. That's the Artist Couture Cocoa Bling. And also popping on some good old Benefit Hoola Bronzer. It's actually an oldie but a goodie. It's newly discovered by me, so it's a new one in my book, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. So I'm just bronzing up the face with that, nose, forehead, all the good places, just a little bit of bronzing. And then some blush. This is by Tarte. I forget the name of it. Can't think of it off the top of my head, so I'll link it down in the description box. Also using an old favorite of mine, I'm obsessed with this lip pencil by NYX Cosmetics. It's nude beige lip liner. It's so good, such a pretty color. I wanted a little pop of shimmer in the center, so I just threw on some Inglot pigment right in the center and some gloss on top to kind of make it a little bit glossy. And that's it, guys. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!